in one sense, APC deceived Nigerians. They were not actually for the people. They were actually to grab power. Is that what you're saying?
No, APC used Nigerians and the common people because, the Buhari hurricane in 2015 was sponsored by Nigerians. Every kobo spent, apart from the big politicians who were donating aircrafts, which was also used by themselves for the campaign. And the common people, you remember, were trekking. Some trek 40 kilometers to attend our rallies. The poor people scratched cards, liquidated their small investment and donated. And the peak of it was the 90-year-old woman in Kebbi, whom when we went for campaign, brought out her life savings of 1 million and donated it to APC and said, she thanked God that she's contributing to the new Nigeria, even if she may not live to see.
All that has been a ruse, isn't it?
Completely.
So so are you disappointed? Because I'm also worried that you served under the APC, you benefited from the APC, you served for 4 years as a minister. Now you are coming back to stab the party in the back, and you say the party does not represent what you thought it could have represented. Is that not double speaking?
I serve my country because at any given opportunity, if I'm invited, I'm convinced that I have something to offer for my country, I will go and serve. I serve my country. But the party with which I was one of the strongest members at conception and even the campaign. I brought much to the table in 2015. I mobilized 560 clergies, bishops, reverend fathers to endorse Buhari on the 13th of February 2015 at the International Conference Center. And that was the first time, in the history of this country, where the North, which has always been divided along religion, had that type of endorsement. And the clergy went and campaigned for Buhari. So I am a tall stakeholder in APC. But like you said, I am completely disappointed because, what we told Nigerians was not what had happened in 2015.
So it was a lie?
We lied. We should admit we lied.
To Nigerians?
To Nigerians.
You deceived Nigerians.
We deceived, even though we deceive people, the PDP, for campaign. But of course, we were a replica of what we were accusing the PDP of.
Or even worse.
Worse. Not even. Eliminate the word worse.
But Buhari was a catch, isn't it? People wanted the exit of PDP, thinking that Buhari was the messiah at the time. But now there are those who will say Buhari was a disaster. Those who do not see that Buhari did anything good in that 8 years will think that Buhari wasn't the best for Nigeria at the time. What happened?
Buhari was also used and done.
Who used him?
Buhari's charisma was needed at that point in time by the political elite to eliminate Jonathan. And shortly after Buhari had taken over power, these sets of political elites emerged and hijacked government. And Buhari was a stranger. I can say this at any point in time. Buhari was a stranger in his own government. And I can corroborate this because I went to see the president in 2020 when I was out of office. And I told him, Mr. President, this wasn't what we told Nigerians. And that I have conscience. We campaigned and convinced Nigerians. When I look at the type of investment the common people put in our government, and here we are today with insecurity. When we came in, it was only the Northeast. As at 2020, I told him, it was not possible to even travel from Abuja to Kaduna. And I dared him. I said, Mr. President, if you disbelieve what I'm saying, or what I was saying, please, roll out brigade of gas now, and I join you. We drive from Abuja to Daura, and I promise him that if bandits do not attack him, I will go and die in exile. I briefed him about the security situation about the hardship. And to be very fair to the president, he expressed surprise, meaning from my own judgment, some of the things I said were things he was hearing them for the first time. But I'm not surprised that such has happened, because even when we were in government, it has happened. It was me who, even at the Federal Executive Council meeting, that informed him when a DSS and EFCC were trigger drawn in Asokoro here for 3 days. They held the entire environment hostage, and the president didn't know. It was everywhere on the press, print media.
But the president, the Buhari that we saw, is usually with newspapers. We saw him reading the newspapers. Maybe they gave him a different newspaper.
Well, those who had such knowledge had actually claimed that his newspapers are different. But from this particular incident where the president was in Nigeria for 3 good days, and we went to the Federal Executive Council meeting, and I was expecting the issue to have been on the agenda, the first thing we will look at. And until we finished our meeting, it was not there. I had to introduce it through AOB. And the president was completely in confusion, listening to what I was saying. And at the end of the day, we even left without any closing prayer, because he was visibly angry. And when he left, on my way to my office, I saw those 2 agencies under his office, directly under his office, holding a complete community hostage for 3 days because of whatever their interests they had, and the president didn't know. There was no security to his table. The National Security Advisor could not inform him. The so-called courtiers and veranda boys, none of them, thought it wise to save his image and integrity to inform him.
So there was an overtaking of the Buhari government under his watch.
For me, Buhari's hurricane, Buhari's integrity was needed. It was a political bite needed to eliminate Jonathan and his government.